All right, everybody, welcome into tonight's edition of Tiger Talk. Stewart, Shelby, Neville head football coach Jeff Tannehill, going to talk a little bit about. Thanks to everybody here. We're live at Melvin's. As you hear the crowd, they've been waiting for this thing to kick off for a little while.
Wednesday night. Man.
I know, Wednesday night. Big win over Tyoga last week, 44-14. Before we jump into that, this first segment of Tiger Talk is brought to you by our good friends down at H. Michael Sports there on Forsyth Avenue. Go give them a look for all your team needs as well as bats. I mean, it's not quite baseball season. No. Bats and gloves and hats and such. So and a lot of team apparel in there as well, and everything you need to make game day possible. Some good chairs, those stadium chairs that they've got in there.
Oh, they've got those recliner-looking chairs.
Yeah, some nice stuff. But a big show we got on hand for you here at Melvin's here this evening. We've got the quarterback's going to join us.
Both of them,
Amon and John Michael will be here later on.
Jessica Smith,
the Bengal Belles sponsor, will be joining us as well. And we'll be talking about last week's win versus Tyoga, and then this week's final game of the regular season at Franklin Parish. And
it's away.
It's away. That's right. It's not at Bill Ruppel, just to remind everybody.
First one of the year.
I know. And so week 9 will be the final game of the regular season as we await that playoff seeding. We're not going to get into that right now because it really doesn't matter.
No, we'll let Will do his numbers next week and get all that squared away. We'll kind of know where we are then.
We'll have an idea.
I haven't even looked at it.
Other than seeing the posts from Go Preps and a few like that, just on Power Ratings, just kind of check your position.
Yeah, Nicole listens to Aaron every morning and says, what they've got to bracket out. That's. We don't know what's going to happen.
There's not a bracket. That's not a bracket, Nicole. Hey, well, look, we're live here on the Neville Tiger Network and also Sunny 98.3. So let's get into the Tyoga game. Tyoga came in with a pretty big, a nice record, 6-1 coming into this game. Their only loss was to Gina, who remains undefeated this year, and a very good Gina Giant ball club. And we knew they had some weapons, and we'll show you one of them here later on. But from the get-go, Coach, you talked about trying to keep that focus with these guys coming into district play, especially with the history. 53 to now 54, I believe, straight district victories. Yeah. Trying to keep the focus on your team, and I believe they came out with that focus and intensity, and it showed there on the first drive. You didn't get 6, but you got 3, but an 8.5-minute drive almost.
Well, I was very happy with that drive. The offense, the whole first half, to me, was just pristine as we've been all year. And, just a job by, both our quarterbacks leading that bunch. And just really, as clean as we played, man, I just think it's been the preparation. We've gone back and done some detailed work on the offense and really just – got a whole lot better in the last 2 weeks, and that's our goal, is to get better each week and really find out what we're good at. And I think we're getting there real quick, and I really enjoyed watching that game the other night. It's fun. That was really we just got into a rhythm early in the game and stayed in it the whole first half, and just proud of the way our guys played, and our offensive line dominated up front another week, and just really was impressed with our offense, and obviously our defense played great too all night long.
Defense did give up a defensive score, but that was late in the game against some of your younger guys, which played well for you as well, and had a lot of opportunities. But you gave the only 2 touchdowns was special teams touchdown from a special player.
Very good player.
I believe was it Norris, Jacorian Norris, I believe. Norris. And then that late touchdown to make that final score 44-14. So let's a few highlights. Let's get into it. All right, this first highlight here is a 4th down play on, I believe, on that first drive to kind of keep it going. And it shows you where you were with Jalen Nichols here in a nice, tough run.
Yeah, good run there. Blocking, we missed a little bit on that left side. But, when we got in that formation, we knew there was a big open gap on the left side. We thought we could get that every time on 4th down. And that was something that Coach Birch and Coach Caesar and I talked about all week. But, the offensive line, we got 2 or 3 4th downs there and 2 or 3 third downs there in that first drive. Man, that was big for us.
Here's another one of those 4th downs. It was 4th and 2, kind of deep in Tyoga territory, and another nice run from Jalen.
That motion held just a little bit. All we needed was about a yard, and that's about all we got. But, it's tough sledding in there early in the game because Tyoga was pretty, pumped up, ready to go. And, as the game progressed, we kind of started wearing on them a little bit.
Well, like we mentioned, 8 minutes, about around 30 seconds there on that first drive, which was a nice, just solid ball control drive for you. Yeah. It ends up Jake Deal comes in and hits a 39-yard field goal and gives you the lead. You get points. You kind of get slowed down, but you get points there off of that drive.
And as we were making that drive there and finished off with a good field goal by Jake, he needed to get a little confidence back. But, I didn't realize we had the ball that long. We were in such a good rhythm the whole time. We only had one negative play in that first drive, and it was good to see that we can get in that rhythm and stay with drives.
Well, you kick it off to Tyoga. They go 3 and out. Defense does what it does. You get the ball back, and from the first play, offense kind of kicks it up a notch. And here's Jayshawn White with a 63-yard touchdown.
Yeah, it's just I believe it's an inside zone play. Yep, it's regular old inside zone give, and he pops it out the right side, and one
nice
guy
kick
missed.
Out block.
Yep. Good blocking by the O-line there, and he just slides it to the outside edge and takes it all the way to the house. But he's got great speed, man. He's got good vision. He and Nichols are both a good duo there.
Mm-hmm. So you get that, it makes it 10-0, and you come out with Deal. I was looking for Iliev on that, and I missed it. I missed the whole thing. From the get-go, but Jake pops in and has maybe one of the best onside kicks that I've seen right now.
They work it every day in practice, and we hadn't shown it all year, and we felt like we could get it on them, and it just bounces right up there to him, doesn't it?
Perfect bounce right there.
And that's another something that he works on every day, man, and just does a great job with it.
Well, he did a great job there. He gets you get the onside kick, and you take a shot. You steal a possession there. You take a shot down the field, and here's a nice big play. Fuller hits Hanlon.
This was off of seeing what happened, a time or two before. If you see that safety come down, and we felt like we'd get over the top. And we right there, Amon just wanted to make sure he didn't overthrow him, and good throw and catch there, great play call.
Yep. Bradley comes down with that. You get inside the Tyoga 20, and that's the end of the first quarter. You swap ends, and then you come out, and then Nichols pops it in from a yard out.
He ran a play for that same play, got it down to 1, popped it again, and he walked right on in.
So Jalen with a couple of touchdowns on the night, White with a couple of touchdowns on the night. But let's talk a little bit more about your defense. Here's a 3rd and 13. Tyoga's backed up after that kickoff, and Jaden Webb continues his great play this season.
And when he gets his motor running, man, he's a force to be reckoned with. I mean, he ran right through that guy and made a heck of a play there. And we got great edge rush from the other two guys, and just man, he has a motor. Love watching him play.
So we talked about both quarterbacks. John Michael comes in here on this next drive. This was after a very poor punt from Tyoga. It gets you great field position, and John Michael kind of slides outside the pocket and dumps one off to Caleb Vaughn, and then Vaughn does the rest for a 29-yard score.
Well, we got pressure up the middle there, and kept his eyes down the field. He does a good job of flipping that thing off to the fastest guy on the field, and he takes it in for a score.
Just a nice play there.
Oh yeah,
from keeping his eyes down the field and dumping it off right there.
Well, and he's always does a good job of keeping his eyes downfield when he scrambles.
Well, it's 24-0 at this point. Then you kick it off, and then this is Ja'Corian Norris right here for you. This is a
pretty
99-yard.
Good player, by the way, if you hadn't seen this.
You can't have a 100-yard return in high school because that means it would have been a touchback. So he was almost in there, almost get the touchback.
Yeah. We get a little crease there, and then he takes it all the way right here, and runs over one of his guys too.
He did. But
he's a heck of an athlete, and we knew that coming in, and defensively we did a heck of a job containing him all night long.
But it makes it 24-7. I kick it back off to you, and then Jayshawn White, nice little option play right here. Another long, big touchdown run from him.
I think it's a speed option. Yeah. Speed option here. John Michael takes it down the line, gets it out there to him, and gets a good block by Thomas Campbell, and there he goes.
Yeah, this was one in the booth where Robert Lane was going, no. He was wanting to pitch it, and then he finally did, and then he gets the crease. Jay Sean really turned it on after he gets the pitch there.
Yeah, he's got great speed, and all of our tailbacks do a great job when they get in the open field, and just a good job by especially Thomas Campbell, the tight end there, gets out there and makes a great block.
All right, it's 30-7. The point after failed on that one, and then Tyoga gets the ball back. Another big defensive play. Jaden Webb with his second sack of the night.
Yeah, he and Brody played an excellent ball game the other night, and Brody pressured the guy back to right towards Jaden, and they've done that all year, and that's just great to see.
And just because you mentioned Brody, we're going to go ahead and give you a Brody Watley highlight right here.
Brody Watley.
It was a sack after that one.
Yeah, right there, just beat 64 off the edge and 65 off the edge there. Got him.
Yeah, those tackles had a long night.
Yes,
against
that's
the Tiger defense.
Two good defensive ends right there.
That's
They're
right.
having to handle up on them. They hadn't seen two like that all year, I don't believe.
So time's running down in the first half, and we do see this nice run by Amon. This was actually called back. I don't know. We keep giving you nice plays that were called back, but we only do it if we think it was kind of a questionable call.
Yeah, and he's trying to get out of bounds and does a great job of getting out of the pocket and running there. Mm-hmm. I thought it was a great block by
when
Trendon
we looked
Dumas.
at it, Trendon had got his hands in front
and
and pushed the guy out of bounds.
Yeah,
but
they got him for holding.
But hey, you can't win them all
right.
on that. So it comes back, but that time's ticking down, and then you've got pretty much time to run about one more play. And we almost scored here at the end of the half.
Well, we're trying to hit a deep corner route there, and the underneath route came open. Bradley catches it, makes a good flip to Thomas, and he almost gets in there.
Yep.
And
just gets tripped up, and that's the last play.
How headsy is that, though? I mean, that's a headsy play by both those guys, and knowing how much time's left and that kind of stuff.
I think they probably talked about that beforehand. Say, look, at some point we're gonna run the old hook and ladder on.
We hadn't worked that one very much.
Well, it goes to half. It's 31-7. You're well in control of this one. Going to halftime, and you're like, all right, let's just keep the same momentum going. Keep your focus.
Well,
right?
There's no doubt about it. I mean, even if we're subbing guys, we're trying to get good work with guys that are going to have to play on Friday nights. And we came out, I think we scored opening drive of the second half. And, it was another good drive for us. And just, trying to get the younger ones in with the older ones so that we can get some work in case they really have to play here deep in the playoffs.
Well, you talked about that second half. You kick it off to him. You got the football to open the deal. You kick it off to him, stop Tyoga, and then you get the ball back. And here's a nice fourth down play to a fourth down conversion. I believe Thomas Campbell with a nice reception here. Yeah,
well, that's just our scramble drill and does a good job of getting the ball to the sideline and another good job by John Michael to keep his eyes down the field.
And not only can John Michael kind of throw it down, he ran for this one. This was on a 3rd and 10 here late in this drive.
Cute draw. He took off and just made that guy miss right there.
Yeah, one guy, 17, if he doesn't grab his jersey, you got blockers in front.
Yeah.
Possibly get him in the end zone. But then, once again, he finds Vaughn. This is one that it fooled everybody. This is the throw to the far corner here for
Well, he's a little late with the ball here, but he kept his eyes down the field again. And, boy, he made a heck of a catch right there, didn't he?
He just snagged it right out of the air. I thought it was going to Bradley, and I'm sure they might have had some word like, "Hey, man, that took my touchdown." But
it was a heck of a play, and that's just great catch, man. It's one-handed.
Well, we haven't had a Tiger talk yet where we haven't mentioned TJ Lemons, and here goes TJ. I mean, he didn't get a long scoring run on this one, but he had a nice
he's got great
long
vision.
run.
He's just quick as a cat, and he seems like he finds that end zone, every time he gets in there.
He was hunting it here.
And great downfield blocking.
Yeah.
With a bunch of 80 numbers and single digits down there blocking.
So he does get his touchdown. I believe he keeps that going. I mean, he's
got him a streak going.
Got him a streak going.
Yeah.
This makes it 44-7. Yeah, I'm glad you let him finish that out.
Oh yeah,
and
heck of a run. Got to give him the touchdown.
So it's 44-7. We mentioned in the open, that Tyoga scored late in this one. Where this game was never in doubt from the opening snap. You win it 44-14. Get to 7-1, waiting to go to week 9. At the end of the game, your team comes in. What do you tell them after that week 8 victory?
Well, like I said earlier, I was proud of the way they played. Pretty clean in the first half. Very few penalties. I think we had one penalty all night, and that was
that blocking the back.
I didn't really think it was blocking the back, but it was. And and I just the way we moved the ball down the field, I wanted to say matriculated it.
Yeah,
but
the
way just the way we were just smooth and in rhythm all night long.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fun to watch that, and we've got to get to where we're like that in every ball game.
Well, it definitely showed a nice win over a good football team in the Tyoga Indians, 44-14. And so, one more week, and you can finish this thing off. There's a lot of things on the line, some playoff positions, all of that. You can't
district championship.
You got to keep the focus for at least another week before you can maybe take a breath this season with a bye week there in week 10.
Well, and that's the goal is, we're going to spend the next 2 weeks or the next week trying to get ready, to make a little run and see what happens. And, we've got a lot of things we still got to fix, and hopefully we'll fix a lot of those things Friday night, and then we'll correct from then on.
Now, Franklin Parish is next up. That's going to be Friday night there in Winsboro. We're going to tell you all about it here in our final segment here on Tiger Talk. But when we come back, we are going to switch lanes entirely. And we're going to go to Miss Jessica Smith and talk about her Bengal Belles, the fabulous award-winning Bengal Belles.
Yes,
so
sir.
We're glad that she's able to join us this week here on Tiger Talk. So stay tuned. We'll be back after these messages right here from Melvyn's.
Strong teams accomplish great things by working together. The Neville Tigers and Origin Bank know all about the value of teamwork and the positive impact it has within a community. These strong teams have joined forces to support the Salvation Army of Monroe, offering a helping hand to an outstanding organization that serves people in need throughout Northeast Louisiana. Origin Bank and Neville High School have strengthened our community for generations and are proud to continue to enrich the lives of others. Origin Bank, member FDIC.
At Marion State Bank, we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors, your friends, and part of your community. With branches in Marion, Farmerville, Sterlington, Drew, and soon to be West Monroe, we're excited to be growing alongside you. Whether it's opening that first savings account, buying a home, or planning for the future, we're here to guide you every step of the way. Don't forget about MSB Mortgage in Monroe.
I'm Robert Lane.
And I'm Ben Jones with Marion State Bank.
And we live where you live.
Marion State Bank, member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
I'm Dr. Scott Shelby with Family Solutions. When you hear the words Family Solutions, you may not know that we're a comprehensive, strength-based counseling and psychiatric clinic. Family Solutions provides psychiatric care, individual and couples therapy, child and adolescent counseling, psychological testing, medication management. We also provide occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, and ABA therapy in one convenient location. For more information on how we can help your family today, visit FamilySolutionsCounseling.org.
Call David's Mobile Detail and Power Wash for all your detailing and power washing needs and soft washing capabilities too. They detail cars, trucks, ATVs, UTVs, boats, and even planes. They offer commercial and residential hot water power washing on nearly all surfaces including concrete, wood, and stucco. Give them a call 547-3233 or visit them online at davidsmobiledetail.com or stop by 2501 Washington Street in Monroe. David's Mobile Detail and Wash, proud supporter of Neville Tiger football.
Truck accidents are different from car accidents. With trucks, you've got federal regulations that may apply all over the land. You need an attorney who's experienced in handling these cases, who knows all those federal laws, and has years of experience fighting for our clients.
It's tough being the king of the jungle. You need the best fitness gear to stay on top of your game week in and week out. That's why Shasta only knows one place to shop: Fleet Feet on Forsyth and Monroe. Shasta knows that the staff at Fleet Feet can outfit you from head to toe in the latest and greatest brands. Shoes by Hoka, On Cloud, New Balance, Brooks, and more. Socks by Belega, and Features. Apparel from Lululemon, Biore, Brooks, and Chicken Legs will keep you feeling great while you're staying in shape. So, be like Shasta, stay fit, look cool, and shop local. Stop by Fleet Feet today.
All right, everybody, welcome back into Tiger Talk. We're in the second segment. The second segment's been brought to you by Frank Nettles Automotive, just as it has been all year long. Go see Frank. Anything going wrong with your vehicle or oil changes, tune-ups, things of that nature. And just as we say, Frank Nettles walks in. Yes, perfect timing on that. If it's not for you, we couldn't have this second segment. I know, all right. Well, as you can see, Jessica Smith joins me here on Tiger Talk. So welcome. Sorry, didn't know that was happening. You never know what's happening.
Thank you for having me.
Nice round of applause from there. And if you don't know Jessica, you'll see her working hard with the Bengal Belles every week or week in and week out. It's not just a fall job. It's a big job. But, Jessica, you do some other stuff at Neville as well, not just the Bengals.
Right,
Tell us a little bit about your role at Neville High School.
Well, from 7:30 to 2 o'clock, I am teaching English 2 to 10th graders. And then from 2 o'clock to about 5 o'clock, 5:30, I am teaching dance with Bengal Belles, counting money, doing costumes. So the list goes on. And then sometimes I have to stay with my Bloom girls, who I'm also the co-sponsor of.
Well, you talk about that. It's a busy day.
It is.
And it goes to show that, especially, not only you at Bengal Belle, but any of the sponsors, these extracurricular activities, it's not, a teaching job is not just a 7:30 to 2 job.
No.
I mean, there's always something else to do. And the dedication you've shown to the Bengals over these last, how many?
17 years.
17 years
yes.
You've been there. So, and that brings another round of applause. And over those 17 years, everybody looks forward to the Bengals. We talk about, I know the football games and at the pep rallies. I mean, it's a lot of, especially late in some of these football games where it gets real, gets out of hand.
Yeah, we've had 8
you keep the
home
people
games.
Yeah,
that's 8 new dances every week.
I know it's been a long year for you with that. But
it has.
I was just talking about the some rear ends in the seats. Everybody sticks around till when
definitely.
you guys are over, and then
then you see them leave.
And it's worth the wait. It's worth the wait.
Yes.
Y'all definitely keep it innovative. It's not like the same dance sometimes from pep rally to that. So take me through that. I mean, this doesn't just start in August. I mean, you guys maybe like from when you February is when you try. Is that when tryouts?
Yeah,
and everything
tryouts are usually in February, March, and then we hit the ground running in April to prepare for camp, and then I give them the summer off. That's just kind of like our break to reset, and then we have Kitty Clinic in July.
Okay,
and then we start hitting the ground running in August, and it's nonstop. From August to December is football season, and then we start straight away with our competition season, which is in January and in February, and then it just starts over.
It's
a never-ending cycle. Yes.
Yeah. Well, talk about these girls. I mean, the Bengals seem to be in the last 17 years. These dances has become a lot more elaborate. I mean, they're always not only well choreographed, but sometimes very theatrical.
Yes.
How do you come up with this? I mean, do you have inspiration? Is it you? Do you get inspiration from others? Talk a little bit about that.
Well, it starts with the theme, and then once I get the theme, I get the music, and that's combing through hours of songs, trying to see the vision. And then once I see the vision, I get the costumes together, and then I start making up the steps, and I teach the steps. And then what you see on Friday morning is 2 or 3 weeks of, me thinking about what I want and then what the girls do, and then it's magic on the stage. These girls mean the world to me, so I put my heart and soul in everything I do. I don't care if it's for a small football game or if we're going to school. I'm going to give them my 100% every single time, and then, I'm a dancer as well. So what would I want to be dancing to is what I kind of do.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So with your background in dance, obviously, I mean, it's I do like that you honor the traditions of Neville as well. I mean, you saw that at homecoming, the high kick. You integrate a lot of those traditions in there, but you bring, a new spin on things,
That's
which
right.
is the way I think it should be for these young ladies,
Right.
They want to dance as dance.
That's right. Dance has changed, too. If you think back in the 80s and the 90s, it was very military-like, very precision, basically. And so now you have to be tumblers, you have to be tricksters, like you have to have it all. If you go to a competition, you're going to see it all. And so Bengal Belles, we're just so unique. A lot of the teams that we compete against, they've already learned their competition dance. And so we have 2 weeks to learn ours. And so they're always blown away by what we do when we represent Neville.
And let's talk about that competition when you get going in there. I mean, we got football season, and football is football, and that y'all are an integral part of the whole production.
That's right.
And if you hadn't noticed, the production at Neville it keeps getting better and better from all around. But being able to come up with that, I mean, and these girls, the work that goes into this. I
it's
mean,
a lot.
From you design, but getting them. And then going through it, because I've seen you when I go set up or we're doing this, and you're trying to move from pep rally or get ready for the pep rally dance, and then you're practicing the game dance.
That's
which
right.
Sometimes it's the same, but most of the time it's not.
Most of the time it's not. That's right. So, you have to be really focused. We like to have a lot of fun, but they know we mean business. I mean business. And so it's good to have girls that are perfectionists like me, because I'm a perfectionist, and so they really like looking good for the Neville student body and for the football crowd. So it's just magic when you have it all together.
When it all clicks.
That's right.
Okay, so after football season's over, you get a little break, maybe for
2 days.
A couple of days. Okay, 2 days.
And if we go to the Dome, there is no break.
There is no break.
It's just like the next day.
When is competition? When is y'all's main competition?
So our state competition is January the 14th.
Okay.
So we practice during Christmas break. Is no way around it. And after that, we'll take the same dances to nationals, and nationals is a week after state.
Okay.
Well, 2 weeks after state. And so so it's really fast paced. It's in your face, and then we're over. It's done.
And then it's done.
It's
then
done.
we take
go
a breath,
back.
and then we get try out, and
Right.
we plan for next year.
That's right.
Well, you've got a good group of girls,
I do.
and I don't want to leave without talking about the Bloom. When we had JD on talking about the boys' side, the
Right.
Bloom, but the girls' side is called Bloom. So
That's
tell
right.
us a little bit about that and kind of what that's all about.
Well, Bloom is a youth sorority. It was started last year, and so I work with Miss Gray, and we just kind of, put our heads together to create this sisterhood for these girls. And I love working with them because these are some of the girls I don't see at school, or I don't teach, or not in any extracurricular activity. And so it gives me a chance to kind of sow my seeds in other places. And so I love doing it. It's a lot of work, but it's very rewarding at the end of the day.
Well, you've seen the Boom and Bloom assist you guys in a couple of dances.
That's right.
And I really enjoy it. I think it's a good partnership between two organizations, and I really like I told Jason. I mean, is the same. I won't tell you. I think that's a very much needed organization at Neville High School.
Definitely.
And I'm proud that it's there.
Yeah, definitely. And they work hard. They do. Yeah, they do.
They definitely do. All right, so tell us where the Bengals, Nationals is where you said?
Orlando.
Okay.
Disney World, yes.
And as far, is there anything that anybody can do to kind of help you guys out on your way to Orlando?
Oh, yes.
Trying to get to Orlando.
We definitely need donations. It's not, it's very expensive. You know, being a Bengal Belle or being any spirit group, it's very expensive. And so we just
anything to offset the cost.
Yes, anything will help, I promise you.
And if someone were wanting to be able to help out with that, how would they do it?
They can send it to Neville High School and
care of
Jessica Smith or the Bengal Belles, and the donations are tax deductible. So.
Well, and they can get you all the forms there at Ms. Carlson's office and everything else. So
I'll leave some for her.
Well, yeah, we got it. Well, Jessica, it's been a pleasure talking with you here on Tiger Talk. We're glad you made the time out of your busy schedule to come by and talk to us. And look forward to seeing y'all on the field in the next upcoming weeks. Hopefully it's in all the way to the Dome.
Oh, yeah. Fingers crossed.
Then we'll definitely check in on everything for you after the season and how everything goes with state and nationals. Good luck with all of that.
Thank you.
I know we'll be sharing some stuff regarding to that on all of our social media pages as well. So I think you can follow y'all. Y'all have a TikTok deal?
We do have a TikTok, yes. I haven't posted in a while, but we do have a TikTok and an Instagram page.
So look for that. Follow, give them a follow, a like and a follow. They definitely appreciate it. All right, everybody. Jessica Smith, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
When we come back, we'll have a couple of quarterbacks from the Tiger football team, John Michael Sampanero and Amon Fuller. So stay tuned for that. This is Tiger Talk live from Melvin's. We'll be right back.
Sleepy Hollow Furniture and the Falk family proudly support our Neville Tigers. Just like the wide variety of athletics and academics Neville excels in, Sleepy Hollow offers your premium mattresses and adjustable bases. Every kind of home furniture and just in time for your favorite season. Quality in-stock patio furniture ready for the big game. Come shop your Neville Tiger family at Sleepy Hollow Furniture.
Do you suffer from frequent back or neck pain? Were you in an accident and can't get rid of those constant aches? Maybe you're someone who deals with chronic migraines and tension headaches. It might be time to see how Martinez Chiropractic can help you. The goal of Martinez Chiropractic is to reduce or eliminate pain in just a few sessions using the latest in chiropractic technology. Don't suffer in pain another day. Call Martinez Chiropractic today at 318-654-4310 or see them in person, 1828 Tower Drive in Monroe.
In today's real estate market, you need an experienced team to navigate your buying and selling decisions. I'm Misty Hodge with Keller Williams Realty. Let my group use their combined 45 years. We know purchasing or selling a home can be a stressful experience, but not when you choose the Misty Hodge Group. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, give us a call. 318-348-5945 or go to mistyhodge.com. That's MISTIHAJJ.com. We support this community and go Tigers.
We know you. You were the kid in the garage taking everything apart just to see how it worked. The teenager who stayed up late brainstorming and put it all in a business plan. You knew how to build a great team and then lead it. Origin helps entrepreneurs like you every day, from the corner of the garage to the corner office. Connecting people to their dreams is our passion. Every great relationship has an origin story. Start yours today.
If you've lost a loved one through the fault of someone else, call Parker Alexander today or visit parkeralexander.com for more information or to schedule an appointment.
Mama DeLuca's pizzas are custom made, fresh to order right in front of you. We offer 3 different sizes of pizzas, 9, 12, or 14 inch. Mama DeLuca's pizza is prepared to your order. The pizza cooks in less than 3 minutes. We have 16 different toppings to choose from, 8 unique sauces to complete your pizza. In addition to pizzas, we offer to our customers boneless wings with your choice of a dipping sauce. Mama DeLuca's Pizza offers delicious garlic Parmesan breadstick, freshly made to order pasta noodles. We're Mama DeLuca's Pizza in the Subway on Lammy Lane, and we hope to see you soon.
All right, welcome back to segment 3 here on Tiger Talk, and We appreciate Miss Jessica Smith for coming out and giving us a few kind words about the Bengals and the Bloom fraternity. But we switch gears back to football now as we welcome Amon Fuller right here to my left and John Michael Sampanera, the two quarterbacks at Neville High School this season. So they draw a nice round of applause, as they should. And guys, welcome to Tiger Talk, man. Glad to have you.
Thank you for having us.
All right, so let's go through this. Start with you, Amon. We go into this season, and really we start that season off with an overtime game, right?
Yeah.
And it goes from there. I mean, it's kind of been a whirlwind that we're already in week 9.
Yeah, it's going pretty fast, honestly. Way faster than I thought it would have. Like senior night came creeped up on me. I ain't even know.
John Michael, same to you, man. I mean, it's here we go. You know, last week was senior night, and y'all been here. I mean, both of y'all have been in the program for forever.
Yes, sir.
And now here we are. Senior night was last Friday night. Talk about that.
I mean, it came really fast. I really didn't even know it was senior night until like going into like that Tuesday. I mean, I was kind of shocked. So it hit me going out, you know. So I was pretty nervous, you know, just for like last game and stuff. But
yeah, well, it is. I mean, it's a long journey from playing youth football and sports and all that, and then it gets here.
Yeah.
You don't really think about it that way because obviously your journey's not over, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talk about both of y'all. I mean, both of y'all quarterbacks, kind of different styles, if you will, but you complement each other pretty well. You know, you seem to be, John Michael, more of a kind of runner. You seem to like to run around a little bit, and you're more of a kind of the pocket guy who can run. I'm not saying you can't, but a couple different styles. And let's, you know, growing up, we get here. You've been. Everybody's waiting their turn, and then now in your senior season, you've got both have had some success here throughout these first 8 games. And talk about, you know, what that means to you, and you know, some of the guys that kind of help bring that success to you.
Yeah, it's been a long road, and you know, it took a lot of years. You know, just waiting our turns. You know, just working, grinding, staying positive. But you know, we always motivate each other and just push each other to be our best when our time comes. Yeah, really, he said it all. I mean, we motivate each other a lot. Really close, pretty close friends. So, yeah, offensive lineman helps out too. Receivers making plays, all that. Supporting staff, cheerleaders, all that help us out. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a lot that goes into Neville football games, and you're right. I mean, it's good to thank not only your linemen and your receivers, because you know obviously they need it. They want to keep them blocking for you for at least a few more weeks, right? But there's cheerleaders and support staff. It makes the whole Neville experience is what I like to talk about sometimes is a lot of people that don't understand the high school and this high school experience that you have at Neville, the traditions that are what they don't understand is the stuff they don't know is the things that go on behind the scenes, you know, from a day-to-day deal at Neville High School. And they also don't know the hard work that both of you young men have put in since day one. You get on campus, you come out of Neville Junior High or whatever, and you walk in and you got Coach Herndon let's welcome you to campus.
Yeah.
You know? and then from there the work that's the starting point.
Yeah.
And to get to this, and you know, not everybody makes it all the way through. And for both of y'all, and this is everybody on your team, to make it to this point in your senior year, it's got to be fulfilling. Hopefully, it should be fulfilling to both of y'all that we're here, we're in the moment, and now we've got an opportunity to play and make a deep run in this playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you got to try to make the most of it. Yeah,
Well,
comes fast, but we're gonna for sure make a good run in the playoffs. Yeah.
Well, it comes Friday night is where it kind of ends the regular season.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's looking towards the playoffs. I mean, that's all the questions that I get. I'm sure everybody's asking, well, you know, are we in 5A in the playoffs, or what's the deal? But it's like playoffs. You know, we're not even making it to the playoffs yet. You got one more game to go.
Yeah.
It's Franklin Parish, a team that's never beaten Neville.
Yeah.
had a couple of close ones in the past, in the recent future, and they've got some good athletes over there. Tell me a little bit about what y'all see from the Patriots, maybe just from an offensive perspective.
Yeah, you said it. They're very athletic. They got playmakers all over the field. Good athletic defense. They'll challenge us. Yeah, and they got a pretty good quarterback too.
Yeah, a young quarterback, a sophomore.
Yeah, he's pretty tall. I know that. Yeah, they got a lot of playmakers. I know they got like a Tulane commit, so we'll just have to take them, play our game, and I think we'll come out on top for sure. We'll just play right.
I believe it's the first time it's ever happened at Neville. Y'all had, for your senior season, 8 straight home games.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen every year. We've sometimes had some heavier home games, but never 8 straight. I mean, does that mean anything? I mean, you get to play in front of all your friends and family here, right there. But it does present a different challenge as this is your first road game.
Yeah. It's nice playing at home because, you don't have to travel. You get all your fans there. You get to pack out the stadium. But going away, it'll be a challenge for us. But, it's a good challenge before the playoffs.
Yeah.
First time playing on natural grass as well.
Yeah, I think we're going to need it for sure just to expose our team to all that different environment, being away and stuff. But we'll be prepared. I mean, we practice stuff like that, away games, loud music, whatever it takes, we'll do it. So we'll be ready.
Watching both of you in practice, I mean, you had a lot of turnover on the offensive line this year. And you've got some younger guys that are bringing along. You get some guys that are just now getting their opportunity. One constant has been your center coming in there. But talk about the progression of those guys that are protecting y'all week in and week out.
Yeah, our center, Taylor Quinn, he does a great job leading the young guys on the offensive line. So they just follow his lead, and they work their butts off and, just get better as they go.
Well, I'm going to ask both of y'all, on a personal level. I'll start with you, John Michael. So what kind of is your favorite thing to do on a football field? I mean, is it running? Is it throwing? Is it whatever? I mean, it could be defense. Who knows? I don't know.
Honestly, I like running the ball. Really.
Nobody can tell.
Yeah, it's very easy to tell. I love running. I love juking. I love doing what I can. So it's my strength. So I love running the ball.
Amon?
Yeah, I like throwing the ball.
You like throwing it? I mean, it's uncanny that we get through there. But, I mean, both of y'all do both fairly well. It's been a fun time watching both of you progress, not only as football players but as young men. I know they've got a lot more in store for you here in this senior season, and not only on the football field but off the football field. And I know that everybody here is excited to see how that all ends up for you.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
All right, everybody. Amon Fuller, John Michael Sampanero. When we return, we'll have Coach Tannehill. We'll talk about that pesky Franklin Parish Patriot team, and we got to travel to Winsboro to play next Friday night, so stay tuned for that. We'll be right back here on Tiger Talk, live from Melvin's.
Here at Parker Alexander, we obtain justice for those who've been injured due to the negligence of others. Whether that's in a car accident, a truck accident, wrongful death, we also make our community safer. We hold violators accountable.
Strong teams accomplish great things by working together. The Neville Tigers and Origin Bank know all about the value of teamwork and the positive impact it has within a community. These strong teams have joined forces to support the Salvation Army of Monroe, offering a helping hand to an outstanding organization that serves people in need throughout Northeast Louisiana. Origin Bank and Neville High School have strengthened our community for generations and are proud to continue to enrich the lives of others. Origin Bank, member FDIC.
Winning is synonymous with Neville High School and Williams Orthodontics. Where the Neville Nation strives to finish strong on the field, court, or diamond, Dr. Kevin Williams and his staff share the same passion to deliver outstanding smiles to all patients in North Louisiana and South Arkansas. If you or anyone in your family are needing an orthodontic consultation, call the friendly staff at Williams Orthodontics to schedule an appointment so you too can be on the road to a winning smile. Williams Orthodontics says, "Go Tigers."
Whether you're dining in or grabbing to go, at Nuke's, we love to share great food, to delight with new flavors, to celebrate every bite. Join us at Nuke's Eatery.
I'm Dr. Scott Shelby with Family Solutions. When you hear the words Family Solutions, you may not know that we're a comprehensive, strength-based counseling and psychiatric clinic. Family Solutions provides psychiatric care, individual and couples therapy, child and adolescent counseling, psychological testing, medication management. We also provide occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, and ABA therapy in one convenient location. For more information on how we can help your family today, visit FamilySolutionsCounseling.org.
This is State Senator Stewart Cathy Jr., and 4 years ago, when you elected me, I promised to always fight for you in Baton Rouge. Fighting for what's right isn't new to me. I've devoted my life to serving my country and my community. It's been a privilege to serve you. Now, I humbly ask you to entrust me once again with your vote. Let's continue our mission of defending our shared values and advocating for a better future. Because honor and service aren't what people say, it's what they do.
When Neville Nation craves delicious fast food, there's only one place that comes to mind: Sonic Drive-In on North 18th. Whether it's a breakfast toaster on your way to work or school, one of the many lunch combos, a mid-afternoon Route 44 cold drink, a pregame popcorn chicken, or a postgame Sonic Blast, the Sonic on North 18th Street has you covered. So drive through or park and wait for a friendly car hop today to find out why our Sonic is the Sonic on North 18th Street in Monroe. It's definitely Tiger approved.
Oh, there we are. We're back here as we start to wrap things up here on Tiger Talk. Segment 4 here. We welcome back Coach Jeff Tannehill, and it's time to put away the Tyoga game, and now it's time to talk about the Franklin Parish Patriots, trying to get this district season, put it to bed.
Yep.
And you've got a tough test. I mean, this was a team, Franklin Parish, who's had a few hiccups this season, but a very talented team. You start off, I believe, the white kid in the back, in the receiver who has had a lot of preseason hype. He kind of been banged up a little bit this year, but now I believe there should be at full strength here this Friday, and we'll talk about a couple of these guys at Franklin Parish, but a lot of people early on in the season thought that they would contend here for a district title, and I still think, you've got to come through Neville, but they've got a good football team.
Well, we felt like they had a chance to be 9-0 at this, or 8-0 at this point, and I think they had some injuries, lost to Union, and then Tyoga slipped up on them here a couple weeks ago, and. But they are a good football team. They're very athletic. Got some good wide receivers. The quarterback is a specimen. I mean, he's
tall, long.
I think he's just a sophomore, and very good football player. And their offensive line's improved each and every week. And defensively, they've moved some guys from the offense to the defense last week against Carroll, and I think it's improved them some too. So. They'll have a few going both ways, but for the most part, it's just a few in spots, but very good secondary. I mean, some of those receivers play a little bit of defense too, and it's just they're a good football team. Coach Barnett, Coach Collins do a great job with them, and they'll be coached up. They always are when they play us. They play us tough every year, and I expect nothing else out of nothing less from them. But I will say this: Javion White is a football player.
Yes, he is.
It's number one, like that.
Yeah,
like that kid from
Tyoga. Norris.
Yeah. So he's a good football player. Obviously the quarterback is Desrian Ellis, and they got a big tight end this year. Number 87, Tavion Bell, and then a couple wide receivers. Number 3, Marshawn Whitley, and number 6, Kenyon Grant.
And
Whitley kind of took up some of the slack when
White was down a little bit. And you see number 6, he had some big scores against Tyoga, I know.
And I don't have the tailback on here, but he's a little bit bigger than Lemons, but he's quick just like Lemons. So he's a good player too. And the O-linemen, they get in the way enough to give him a little crease. And, then they're out the gate just like they did against Tyoga last week. They scored – 2 long runs on those guys, and played really well against Tyoga. But defensively, the weird thing is they they took some O-linemen, I believe, put them on defense, made some ends out of them, and they're still using some of the other guys. But, you know, they took some offensive guys and put them on the defensive side of the ball, and I believe that helped them a little bit, you know, especially up front. And, you know, number 7, linebacker safety. Number 8, Johnny Goods is a corner. He's a really good player. He's probably their best corner. And 42 is a defensive end, Chad Jones. And number 2 is Carl Williams. He's a linebacker safety kid too that can run and tackle in open space. And you know, so defensively, you know, Coach Collins does a great job.
Yeah,
their coach is Mike Collins too.
Yeah, that's right.
And but he's always been a great defensive coach, and he always has them well prepared, and they'll be ready to go, especially playing at their place.
Grass field at Franklin Parish, one of the last remaining grass
in this
fields
area.
in this area.
Yeah,
it's crazy to think about that. In just this in the last 10 years, how many grass fields have gone.
But they do have a new track and a new track facility there, and all that kind of stuff, and so it's really they really.
I take
Coach
pride
Burnett,
in that program
they have.
Over there. Coach Burnett coming in there, kind of keeping what has been started prior to his getting there, and they're definitely trying to keep that. You know, they got a nice little field house, and I think they do. A team that will be for a Division II playoff wise, or
it
something
can make
like
a
that.
good run.
They can make a good run with that. They've definitely always had some great athletes, some good men getting in the trenches. And I really think maybe the classification maybe is going to help them more than a lot of schools.
It does. It really does. You know, they'll be in Division II, 4A, and it will definitely help them. You know, last year they had a really good team last year too. I felt like they had a chance to go deep in the playoffs. They ran into a rain game. I believe it was against rain, in the rain at Franklin Parish. They hosted a home game, first time in a long time, and got in a just torrential downpour and got beat right at the end of the ball game. Maybe gone into overtime, but I felt like if they had got through that game with a win, they could have won a couple more ball games for sure in the playoffs. So, you know, Coach Burnett's doing a great job, and you know, they're gonna get better and better under his tutelage.
It definitely will. You know, Franklin Parish, if you hadn't been there, you should. You go out there and travel down to Winsboro this Friday night as they'll kick off at 7 o'clock. We will have it on the Neville Tiger Network. You can listen to it on Sunny 98.3. But as always, you come out and support these players, these young men and women that make up the support staff and everything else. And I think you can get your tickets. Miss Joy has some. Did they send any, or is it all at the gate?
I think we're going to get them all at the gate, but we'll let them know in the pep rally tomorrow if they want to get them early. You know, there's no school Friday, so pep rally is tomorrow.
Pep rally is tomorrow.
Thursday.
That's right.
And, you know, we'll definitely have big time tomorrow morning in the pep assembly, and cheerleaders and dance line to get us going and carried it on through Friday.
So talk about that. It's kind of weird to have the ACT this week going on at Neville. They were out of school. Half the kids are out, freshmen and sophomores are out of school today. And then tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but Friday, out of school as well. Talk about that Friday schedule for you.
Well, you know, Friday will be a long day for all the coaches, and but we'll bring the kids in at about 2 o'clock, and you know, we'll eat our pregame meal, get on that bus about 4:30 and head to Franklin Parish. We'll have all the meetings while we're there between 3:30 and 4:30, and then we'll get on the bus and head to Franklin Parish and get there, you know, 5:15 or so, let them walk on the grass a little bit, and get settled in their the track building over there and finish getting dressed there, and then, you know, we'll go out for pregame about 6 o'clock. But, you know, as far as the coaches go, you know, we'll be there earlier than that, and it won't be a day off for us by any means. But, you know, the kids will just, you know, we have to count on the kids to get up earlier than usual and laying in the bed till Saturday at noon. They'll have to get up on their own and kind of
get moving.
Be disciplined, and then we'll bring them in and work them out a little bit around 2 o'clock just to get their blood pumping and, you know, get their central nervous system going, and then we'll get ready for the ball game with a pregame meal. So, you know, it's a weird schedule with not being in school, but we've done it before. You know, we had fall break against Grant, so it'll kind of be the same thing like that. And you know, the thing is tomorrow is today was ACT. Tomorrow's pep rally, so we'll be on alternate schedules. And, half the kids had to come in. We brought them in early at 1 today because the ACT got out, was about over about noon. So, had a good practice today, and then we'll have a walkthrough tomorrow after school and get ready.
Friday, what's going on at the school Friday?
Friday is teacher in service.
Teacher in service. Okay,
yeah,
I was
teacher
just wondering.
in service.
I didn't
yeah.
know if somebody had.
Well,
we
when
had
I
to send
said
some kids back to take another test or anything like that.
Well, no, when I said
I
coaches have a long day, the teachers have to be there in the morning.
Yeah.
And do our in service.
Your in-service duties.
Whatever we have. It'll be something educational wise for teachers. And, we'll be done probably 10:30, 11 o'clock, and then we'll get ready to play some football.
Play a little football. All right. Well, before the week 10 bye.
Yeah, next week
is next week, and we will have a bye. We'll have a Tiger Talk next week.
Yeah,
it's
we'll
kind
have
of
one.
our pre-playoff.
That's when Will really gets into
I know
it.
that's one of Will's favorite shows when he gets in there and
Week
gives
10.
us all the opportunities. But from this week 10 bye, it's been kind of a staple the last couple of years.
Yeah, for about 6-8 years, I think.
And is that something you want to continue, maybe, or does it just matter? Does it just kind of keep working out that way with the way the districts?
It kind of fell that way. A lot of people don't. We've asked for it for a long time, and this year it kind of fell that way, or last year and this year both kind of fell that way. And then, when they changed the playoff brackets and all that stuff, it's when it really kind of threw a kink in our system, because you don't want a week 10 bye and then a week 1 playoff bye, which is great. That means we're in the top 4 and all that. Yeah. But that's 3 weeks of practice without playing somebody. Yeah. And last year I felt like it slowed us down a little bit, affected us against East Ascension. So we're going to do some things a little different this year. As far as practice goes, and try to get that lined out, be a little more competitive at practice and those kind of things.
First things first, got to beat those Patriots on Friday night, and that pretty much, by our estimation, a win on Friday night not only guarantees you, I believe, a 13th or 14th straight district title, or maybe 15th. I don't know. We'll have to check with a couple people, but I believe the 55th straight district win, as well as, if our numbers are right, a top 4 seed at the very least in the Division I non-select playoffs. So there's a lot on the line. You got to keep focused here. It's not time for a slip up.
No, it's not time. And you have any type of letdown against an explosive offense like Franklin Parish has, then you get yourself in trouble.
In a bind.
And it happens every Saturday. Some team goes out flat, and the other team jumps on them, and they just have a bad game. And,
there you go.
And that's something we're trying to stay away from and try to keep our focus. And, today kind of made me feel a little better about it than Monday and Tuesday. But, I felt like we'd had a good practice today and did some things right, did them at full speed. And, Wednesdays have been our better days of the season this year. It's a little shorter, but – we really get fine-tuned and try to clean some stuff up that, we drug through on Monday or Tuesday. So,
well, it's good. A good week of practice. And an interesting week. It's been an interesting couple of weeks between homecoming, fall break, and ACT and everything else.
Yeah.
But they're still playing football this Friday night. It's going to be down there at Winsboro. We hope that everybody grabs a friend and comes on, takes the 30-minute drive. It's a nice, easy drive. And maybe don't go down Highway 15 because a bridge may or may not be out. So you might want to go I-20. At least according to my latest traffic knowledge. But make the trip down there, get there early, and enjoy the final regular season contest for this 2023 Neville Tiger team. And so good luck, as always, Coach.
Thank you, Stewart.
On Friday. We appreciate your time each and every Wednesday. We thank everybody that came out to watch us live and in person here at Melvin's. We thank are you waiting for me to thank you?
No. We got Origin Bank Players of the Week. We can't leave those guys out.
Player of the Week. We don't have that. Jaden Webb on the defensive side of the football, and Jay Sean White.
Yeah,
definitely.
We talked about him earlier, and just what a motor he has. He gets after it every day at practice, gets after it every single game. Jay Sean White had a breakout night the other night, had 6 carries, 133 yards, 2 touchdowns, and was just outstanding, man. Just did some great things.
Well, thanks, Will Anders, the unsung hero of the Neville Tiger Networks. He always gets
the biggest applause out of everybody.
Thanks to Will. Thanks to Melvin and Di and Annie and the rest of the crew here at Melvin's. Thanks to everybody that comes and watches us. Justin back in the booth at Sunny 98.3. We appreciate it. All of our guests, Jessica Smith, John Michael and Amon, and even you, Coach Tannehill.
Thank
we
you.
always appreciate
Thank you, Stewart.
you. And I'm Stewart Shelby saying good night from Melvin's. We'll be back on the air Friday night from Franklin Parish.